Hello, people. Welcome. This is about your talents and your gifts. And this is poll number 1, poll number 2, and poll number 3. Okay, and we will start with poll number 1. So, what is poll number 1? Gifts and talents. Okay, first things first, what is very prominent here is that your ability to process informations, to do a self-reflection, to be able to make sense complex informations and digest it into something that is easier to understand. And here I see that you are able to use the information that you got into something that is useful, not only for you but for other people. There's this sense that you have the wisdom of being able to make use of your knowledge, of your abilities, and your intellect in a way that is kind and benefiting not only yourself but other people too. So it might sound a little bit complex, but let me try to explain it to you a little bit more. But here's the thing. So basically, you are gifted with the ability to be able to learn any skills, any activities, anything that you want. It does not require you to only learn about a specific field, like for example, languages, but you are having this knowledge that is very full, as in it is literally anything that you want to learn, you are able to learn it. And even if it's something that seemingly impossible or seemingly like there is no way that I could learn it in this lifetime, but for you everything makes sense, everything will come true, and it is possible because you make this happen, you manifest things. So there is this verbal power, very powerful. The way you speak, the way you communicate with people, it is very impactful, full of wisdom. It brings people an awareness. It helps people to step into their own power and understand that there are options, better options for them, so that they can change their life to a better way. Sometimes people does not need help. Sometimes there are some instances that they actually are capable of saving themselves. But it's not that they do not want to save themselves. It's just that the only thing that they know is being or staying in that place, in that positions, not knowing that there are options out there that might change their future, that might give them a different outcome. So I can see here that you are coming into people's life and bringing this gifts of your to open up their perspective, to bring them options, to bring them a contrary opinion, just so that they can think that there are other options, that there are more than one options that they can choose. They can make decisions on their own, and it's okay. By having a lot of options here, it helps people understand how big their world is. It's not just a small world that they are experiencing before, and you are opening them up to this world that is full of abundance, that is full of magic. Okay, I know this might sound a little bit wishy-washy, but bear with me for a little bit. But I see here that your words hold a lot of strength, hold a lot of power. It is extremely impactful, not only to other people, but to yourself too, because it manifests things. So when you say good things will happen to you. When you think about good thoughts, when you think positively, it will happen. But it also happens the same if you are thinking or keep thinking about bad things, about negative things in this world again and again and again, and mulling over it. And those kind of things is the things that you will attract. You will manifest those things because you are focusing so much and you're giving so much power to that thought. And yes, I know there is no Hierophant card here, but I get the feeling of someone whose word as are very impactful, that they become a teacher, or at the very least that they are well respected. Their words are very heavy because it helps people, it guides people. Let's see if there's any card once that came out for your reading. You have the gift of word, the gift of intellect, a messenger. Yes, you're a messenger. You're here to spread the word, to spread the message, to bring people to step into their own power. Empowerment, yes. I kept looking for the words that making people strong. Not only that you inspire, but you also empower. And then there is this card of the star. I don't know if any of you are comfortable with the picture, but I hope I don't trigger anyone. So I'm going to close the picture because I know that some people does get triggered over an explicit image. Okay, so basically your gifts is that you are the embodiment of a wish come true. Okay, this sounds a little bit cheesy, but listen to me. You are someone's dream come true, whether you know it or not. But perhaps it's something that you have. Your background, your skills, the way you talk, the way you move your body, or the way you bring your presence, your voice, or anything, but you are someone's dreams come true. And in here I see that you inspire people greatly. People are wishing to become you. They are looking at you as someone who is very wise, who has a lot of experience under their belt, a lot of maturity, and They know that you are reliable. You are quick on your feet, very smart, good with your words, influential, inspiring, and empowering. So people love being on your presence. You are a dream come true to people. And by this you become a role model to people. You become someone who people look up, someone who children or people, it does not matter whether it's children or adults, but when they see you, they see qualities that they want to have in you. They would think that one day I will become them, as in I will have the qualities that they have. I will have the qualities that you have right now and make it mine in a healthy way, obviously. Not just by copying or something, but empowering. You see, there's this Seven of Pentacles, there's waiting, there's patience. It felt to me like you are very nurturing people. Perhaps not in the traditional sense, but you are very kind in sharing your knowledge. So you plant the seeds, you water it, you tend it, and you wait for it to grow. As in, for example, you're a teacher and you teach your students, you're being patient and listening to them, answering all their questions and so on. And you're very patient. And those students of yours that could see how patient you are, how passionate you are, how you are so willing to share your knowledge and your wisdom, sees you as an inspiration. It happens a lot, right? If you met with a good teachers that helps you to understand materials better, to help you become excited towards a topic, it helps you get curious and makes you enjoy the studying. Okay, I forgot what's the name suddenly. But there is this saying, I forgot where I hear this from, but it's not the materials that are complicated or difficult or boring. It's just we haven't found the perfect teacher that can teach us in a way that is aligning with what we wanted to learn. So basically, any topics, any theme, any studies could be exciting and interesting and full of wisdom and curiosity, and it will be very wonderful to learn if you're able to find a good teacher that can help you go and walk through this path with you. It will be an exciting and wonderful journey if you have find a good teacher. And when you do, you will love the topic, you will love the theme, you will love studying this specific field because you have finally found the good teacher, the right teacher that can help you explain things, that can help you gain interest in this topic, in this field. You just have to find the right one. And it felt like that. To me, it felt like you are this inspiration that people look up into, that people want. Well, I want to be able to be someone who inspires people so that they enjoy the things that they are studying for. Like, for example, math is actually interesting. You just need to find a good teacher that can help you make things interesting. Or for example, finance. It's actually something that is really valuable and exciting to learn. You just need to find the perfect a good teacher that can help you and guide you through this process and make it interesting and exciting. And you are that teacher that help people to gain a liking, to become excited and interested to a topic, to a skill, to a study or a field that you are teaching them, whether it's directly or indirectly, as in you are just showing them a way and they are walking on their own. For example, you are talking to someone and then you gave them a perspective that, oh, there's this thing too. Like, for example, you are talking to your friend has always been doing baking, but then you told them about cooking, about different cuisines that are all over the world, that has different flavors, different characteristics with cultural backgrounds and so on. And because you speak with them, because you share your knowledge, and you help them realize that there are so much more, a bigger world than just baking. I'm not saying that baking is bad, but obviously if you love baking, I do love baking too, but this is just an example, as in they are telling them that cooking is, there's also so many interesting things that you can cook, or you can try a different cuisines from all over the world and you can learn and blah 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 blah. And by talking to you, listening to you, sharing knowledge and discussing, conversing, and through that you inspire them to see that there are different options, a wider perspective. Even if, for example, by the end of the day or the end of the conversation they did not change their mind, that's okay. But at the very least that they do know that there are different worlds that they have yet to explore, and if one day they are ready to explore, they can, because they already know. And I'm just using as cooking and baking as an example because those two are different but in the same field. Correct me if I'm wrong though. But yes. What else did I see here? I would love to have one card, or perhaps two. It's alright. About your gifts and talents. I can see here that you are a good teacher though. I did previously mention that you are good at making complex things into something that is easily understandable. So yeah, students will love you, will love the way you explain things, the way you make it interesting, and the way you highlighted things that makes learning is much more fun. Okay, here. Relying on yourself is strength, but relying on others for help is also a strength. Oops, excuse me. So basically, you know how and when to rely on other people and when to work on your own. So you know excuse me, there's something here. I keep focusing on the horse over here, so perhaps there is something about this Sagittarius. There's this fiery energy that seemingly wants to pop out. Perhaps to some of you, this is very specific, are into activism, about empowering people, or fighting for some things that they believe in. They want to educate people, to make people gain, people as in a wider people gain more awareness. This is very specific, but to some of you, you might do a public speaking that is very impactful to a wider people with different backgrounds, people with different experiences. Suddenly I get this view that suddenly pops out during the speech of Martin Luther King, where when his words was very impactful, and it empowers and inspires people even years after years after years after the speech has been spoken. And I get the feeling of something like that. Your words echoes and it brings change. And I think that's it for your reading. Thank you. See you later. Bye bye. Hi there, pile number 2. So this is your reading about your gifts and talents. So let me shuffle your card. Okay, that's fiery energy. Perhaps some of you might be Aries, and someone who is a risk taker, loves to move around a lot. So you're not someone who is willing to stay for a long period of time without doing anything. King of Cups and Five of Cups. I can see to some of you that you are very knowledgeable about the world. So you are educated about the world, not only about the economic or the situation, the current situations that is happening all over the world, but also about culture, about languages and people backgrounds. I can see here that you are someone who is very, very good at socializing with people, with adapting with people. So you're the kind of person who just make friends with everyone, regardless of their background, regardless of where they came from. So you don't separate people. You learn from everyone, and that is something that is really admirable. You've traveled a lot here, so there's this awareness that the world is not just a small place, and there are different truths that are happening in this world. Okay, this is wonderful. I get the feeling that you are someone who is very good at listening to people, like to people's stories. Like you are very open-minded and you don't mind listening to any sorts of stories. Like for example, you don't mind talking with people who has bad experiences or people who has grown up in a bad environment, and you don't mind talking to people that have different backgrounds from you, even when you don't have the same values or the same perspective, the same ways of looking things through life. You don't mind them. You're just really open-minded and listen to their stories, and this is why people really loved hanging out with you. People love talking with you. People love hanging out with you. Not only that you listen to them, but you don't excuse me, my tongue just slipped, but you do not judge them, and it is something that is needed more in this. And I really happy when I see this, because I don't think there are enough people who are open-minded to listen to other people. There are too many people that is thinking about us and them. It's like separating us and them, but forget that we are all just humans. We are in the same team here. We're not trying to rip each other at the throat, and in the bigger picture, we're all just trying to do our best to survive. In a bigger picture, we're all just human. And there is this gift of yours that you are able to see this bigger pictures, the way that you are able to see things more truly in the bird's eye view, so that you don't not judge people based on one single events that happened in their lives, or one single mistakes that they did when they were in one instances of people's life. And obviously I'm not trying to justify any criminal behaviors, but the way I see here is that you know that things just don't. Let me take an example. Like, for example, you met with a person who is struggling with depression, and rather than judging them or saying them that they are lazy, or they should have tried harder, they should have do this and do that, because some people does say that, which is very hurtful. But you on the other hand knows that this was not something that just happens in a snap of a finger. Something there must be something that triggers, or something that happens, but you know that it's not something that just magically happens. You know that you need to be patient with handling with people emotions. You need to be mindful. And I see here that your gift is that you have a high emotional intelligence. You're very good at understanding people, very empathic. You're someone who is very sensitive and able to pick up people cues, subtle cues in words and feelings, even though the other person does not realize it at first glance. And I would like to remind you that being sensitive is not a bad thing, because I've heard a lot of people shaming others for being sensitive. In this world where being sensitive are seen as a liability, I would like to remind you that it is a power, it is a source of power, and you are allowed to use it to your own advantage, as long as you don't hurt yourself and other people, okay? And it is a powerful thing. Being sensitive is not a liability, it's not a bad thing. It's not a weakness, it is a strength. And I would like to remind you that, in case you need to hear it. And there's this sense that you are mirroring other people, and it gives them this comfort, the feeling of soothingness, the feeling of comfort that makes people feel understood, that makes people feel like they are heard, they are seen. And it is interesting because you have this Queen of Wands and then King of Cups. You have two court cards, and I get the feeling that people seeing you as someone who is very reliable. So it is your gifts that people rely on you in a good way. So you are dependable, you are a very responsible person, and you have this royal presence that when you are there in the room, when you are entering the room, people will automatically feel safer, people will automatically feel stronger, they are supported by just having your presence up there. You know, the feeling like you know you have someone on your back, regardless of you don't actually receive any direct help, but you feel supported just knowing that there is someone here that is on your side. And you give this soothingness, the feeling of being supported, the feeling of being anchored, knowing that you will be here and giving you the strength that you are needing. To be honest, I get this feeling that you are the kind of people who leads through the back. So you let other people take the initiatives, but you gave them the idea. Does that make sense? I hope it does make sense, but you empower people, whether people realize it or not, because the way you lead people is subtle. It's like you're hinting them here and there and subtly guiding people to the places that they need to walk so that they can gain the wisdom and the knowledge they are needing for their journey. I don't know why, but I get this feeling of wholesome energy in my heart chakra. This is such a beautiful pile. You know the feeling that your heart warms, as in, for example, you've been having a cold day, the temperature was very low and you've been a little bit cold, and then you make yourself a hot chocolate. So when you drink the hot chocolate, you kind of feel the liquid, the hot chocolate slowly goes through your throat and it kind of calms you down, right? At least that's for me. It kind of helps you soothe your anxiety, soothe any stress and any uncomfortable feelings that you have. So I get those feelings, the feeling of, you know what, I'm okay, I can get through this. The sense of silent confidence that no matter what, I know that I can do this. No matter what, I know that I am supported, I am loved. And it's not the kind of confidence that is loud and noisy that you have to say to the whole world to make it happen, to make it into a reality, but it's something that is inside of you, that is beaming inside of you. It originates from your inner self. So you don't need external validation for that, because you know that no matter what, I am supported. No matter what, I know I am able to get through this. No matter what, this is something that I can get through. And I'm going to, oops, excuse me. I'm just afraid that because the picture is a little bit explicit to some of you who might get triggered with explicit pictures, I'm just trying to cover it up. I don't really mind with the pictures, but I know that some people just get pretty sensitive towards that, because I know there are some of my close friends in real life who are actually scared because of personal bad experiences. So they kind of they are feeling uncomfortable looking at explicit pictures, because yeah, I'm just trying not to trigger everyone, because okay, I'm rambling. Let me go back here. So you know how to work. Your gifts and your talents is that you know how to work with people. You know how to work with communities. You know how to work with the masses. Like I said previously, that you are someone who is a leader that leads from behind. Perhaps to some extent, you are someone who actually does not does not care if other people take the credit, because you know there is this assurance in you, there is this silent confidence that even if other people are trying to take the credit, I know that this is my skills, like the skills and the wisdom and the knowledge that I gain from this experience, from this events, from going or getting through this problem, solving this, will not be taken away from me. So you are good because you are very secure of yourself. You have these gifts of very self-supported, very self-assured, self-confidence, very good of self-esteem, I can see here. And you are someone who is very kind, open-minded, and willing to listen to other people's, no matter what kind of backgrounds or experiences, or even if they have different values from yours, you are willing to listen, to sit down and be open to what the other people are trying to say. And this makes people feel supported. They feel like they are heard, they are seen, they feel loved, and they feel like you're a friend to them. Not only just a friend, but someone who people can look up to, someone that people can excuse me, there is something here. Just a moment. I just hear the word pioneering. I was trying to understand the message, but there's this about pioneering. So you will, for example, you build an app or a company with the idea of yours, and then as it grows, as the company develops, you employ peoples that has the capabilities or that are able to run the companies, and then the companies flourish even more with the help of new employees, with the human resource, and you are pioneering this. Your ideas will be successful, and yeah, I just hear that you're someone who brings forth the idea, make it happen into a reality. This idea, this planning, a game changer. Wow, this is amazing. I don't know what to say. This is like literally so. Okay, anything else for your pal? Excuse me. Six of Wands. Oh my god. Didn't I just say that your ideas will pioneer? You will make a huge change in this world. I want to say that in this field, but I don't know what specific field yet here, but I get the feeling that something that you are loving, something that you love, something that is community based, or at the very least that requires you to talk with a lot of people, or to communicate or to meet with a lot of people, or a bigger with a bigger pond, and you will receive recognitions towards that. That's why I hear not only pioneering but also a game changer. So you change the game, as in, if you know about this, if I'm not mistaken, this business term of the blue ocean strategy and red ocean strategy. Feel free to search it up, but if I'm not mistaken, so basically the blue ocean strategy is basically creating something that is so phenomenal that you change the game. So basically you're creating a field that does not exist before. Like for example, before the smartphone existed, there is no market for applications because application does not exist. There's no smartphone yet. Handphone was not made for downloading applications. The only thing that phones can do was sending a message and calls, and that's also very heavy. And phones back then was really big, and it's not possible for you to bring it everywhere back then. But right now, as the technology developed, and there's this both of smartphones, and then there's this market for applications, there's this market for social media and so on, because the advancements of technology, and it creates a new market that does not exist before. So a new market emerged where there is no competitors yet, because you are the first one, you are the pioneer, the game changer, the one who introduced the idea to the world. But please do search it up again for the blue ocean strategy, or in case that I don't explain it good enough. All right. But I think that's it for your reading. Thank you. I'll see you next time. Bye bye. Hi there, poem number 3. Welcome to your reading about your gifts and talents. Okay, so I've pre-shuffled your card, but I will be taking more cards in case I need it later. But okay, so you have this King of Wands, a Six of Cups, King of Wands, and King of Cups. Wow, like wow. I don't even know. The Magician. Okay, I did say that I pre-shuffled your card, but I did not see the cards yet, and so far this is all very powerful. Okay. Oh, wow. There's so many synchronicities here. Like the way that they came off right to each other. The King of Wands, and then King of Cups, and then Seven of Wands, and then Seven of Cups. Like this is King and then King, 7 and 7, and then Wands and Cups, and Wands and Cups again. And they are right next to each other. I love having coincidence like this, It makes my heart beats faster. So first things first, I want to say to you, because this is extremely prominent. It's like the whole theme of your powers about leadership, about leading, about being in an authoritative position. So having this power to make decisions, to take decisions, to lead and inspire people, to develop people, the power to nurture people. So you're not the kind of boss or leader who just yelled at your employees or your, suddenly I forgot. Yeah, employees, I forgot the English word, excuse me. But you're someone who actually nurtured them, to teach them, to help them, and to guide them so that they can develop until one day they don't need your guidance anymore, because they are now in the position to guide other people. So you are a leader that builds other leaders. That was so powerful. Like oh my god, I really want to meet you guys, whoever you are, but this is such a wonderful part. I have so much energy in my solar praxis, even when I'm talking here, but there's this sense of power that is burning like the sun. I know there is no sun god here, but there is something that is very shining that seems want to pop out here. But yeah, if I have one sentence to explain your gifts and talents, is that you are a leader. This theme of your reading is about leaders who develops other leaders. This is very, very, very empowering, very inspiring, and I really love the energy of this spell. Like, I really want to meet you guys because you are someone who knows how to nurture people, to believe in people when no one's believe in them, to see the potential in them, in nurture them, to help them to not only make the potential be a mere potential, but to make the potential a strength, an opportunity for them to explore more of their strengths, to make it a reality, not just some mere potential. And I can see here that you're someone who works really hard. You defend what you believe in. So you're not someone who, when things get hard, will walk away or move away or run away. No, but here I see that you're someone who is very hardworking, very stubborn, who believes in what they values, who believes and who believes in their employees. And this is an example in being in a company, for example. So you believe in your employees, that you know that they can do this, they can achieve this, they have this huge potential in them, and you know that together we can make this a reality, so that it's not just a mere potential, but we make it into a reality, to make it into your strength, to make it useful, not just for others, but also for yourself. And you know how to bring clarity in the situations. So when things gets difficult, when there's too many options, when there's seemingly too many distracting things, you know how to stay on your ground, to stay on your values, to not get distracted or to get swayed. To me, it felt like you are someone who is highly, when I say highly, respected by other people, whether it is in a formal setting or informal setting. But I can see here that people look up to you a lot. When I see a lot, like it's literally a lot. I know that it might seem like a burden, but it just shows you the strength that you possess, the fact that you can command the room if you want to. You have such a powerful ability to move a company, to move a large crowd, to move people. As and if you say that you want to make A happen, and people will do their best, will work together with you to make A happen. Like A as in A, B, C, like for example. That's just an example, okay? So if you want to make B happen, and so people are working together to make the things that you dream, to make the things that you want to make it come true, because they know that they can trust you, they know that you will fight for it and you will fight alongside of them. So you're a leader who set example through actions, and this is such a wonderful power. Oh my god, I want to give you a high five or a hug, but if you don't like physical touch, so we can just wave. I can just wave from here. And But yeah, you're so amazing, people. It's not even weird if you are a self-starter or you have your own businesses, because you love making things into a reality. You love to take actions to make things that seemingly impossible before to make it possible. You love to train people, training and human development, people development. I forgot the what is it called, but yeah, human development. But you love to help people grow and learn and expand, and in return, because you help them and because you believe in them and trust them and guide them and work together with them. So you're not just only telling people to expand and grow and learn, but you are alongside with them, setting example through actions, walk the talk. And that's why people loved you so much. It's a gift, that it's your gift and your talent, that people respect you a lot. Your action matters and your dreams are supported. People want to help you make your dreams come true. So if, for example, if you say that I want to make a NGO, so who wants to help me? But because this is, for example, a new company that is still in the growing phase, in the starting phase, I wouldn't be able to pay you guys a lot. And then even when you say that to your employees and then you ask them to come with you, there are people who are willingly goes and follows you to this new company, regardless that, for example, they are being paid less, or it was the benefit was less than they have previously, for example. But people are willing to follow you. They are loyal to you. There's this loyalty that is mirrored back. But yeah, the authority and people and the person with a lot of power here are very prominent to you. But I get also that your talents is that you're very generous with people. You see the good in people, and you know what? It's your gift that when you see the good of people and you manifest good things, it's like this Jupiter energy. The more you think that you are blessed or lucky, the more that it will brings back to you. But in this case, it felt like the more that you see the good side of people, but not just flimsily the good side without putting action, of course. But here in here, I know that you are someone who are able to differentiate that, and you believe in people, that the things that they are able to achieve, and in return people believe in you because they know you can change the world. But there's this huge loyalty here that I can see, and the loyalty that you have towards the people that are following you, and you're committed and you are loyal to your followers or the people that you are working together or your employees or so on. But those loyalty, those commitment are reciprocated. So your employees or your followers or the people that you are working together are also believe in you and want to make your dreams come true. They want to help you. They want to see you expand. They want to help you make this success. Or if, for example, you want to make a company, you want to build your own business, or you want to change the world, and etc. There is this energy of reciprocation. And anything else for hall number 3? Can I be honest, but I think that there are some people who do get jealous of your success, or the things that you are achieving, or the fact that you are reciprocated and well loved by your peers. But what's interesting is that those people who are jealous of you does not in fact impact you even a little bit, because the way I see this, that those people are outside, they are not inside. So there will be people who are jealous of you, but it won't impact you that much. But weirdly enough, people are thinking that they can influence you, and yet here you are being content and still believing and fighting and working hard so well towards your goal together with your peers, with your people. So you're focusing on your own business, and yet there is other people who does not seem to be inside your circle that are jealous of you. I get the feeling that perhaps either they are jealous of your successes, or the way that you are so supported, so well loved by your peers or your employees, etc. But to some of them, there are people who are jealous because they are not inside of your circle. So they are not part of your team, they are not part of your peers, they are not involved in that, and so that's why they get jealous. But interesting, this whole cards over here, it does not seem bad to you. It in fact seems only signify just how much power you have over the people, just how much impact you have other people. Can I get one more card, please? Thank you. Oh, you got 2 cards. That's wonderful. I thought this was just 1 card, but it turns out to be the Knight of Wands and 2 of Wands. Yes, very fiery energy. I did mention that before, if I'm not mistaken, or was it in a different pile? But I did say that there is this Aries energy. I think I said that in this pile. But there's huge of Aries energy. This business oriented, self-started, initiative, risk taker, and quick moving. And yeah, you're someone who is quick on your feet. You know how to take action. So you're not someone who will mold in overthinking, who will mold in the things that you are feel, but you take actions. And also not the impulsive way of taking action. Okay, that's a difficult way of explaining. Excuse me, but so basically your action is not only based on impulsive or only impulse, but also based on your dreams and where you want to be in the future. So from where you want to be in the future, you pull it back into the present moments and break it down into milestones so that you can achieve your goals quickly and efficiently. Yeah, huge business people energy, people who start business, people who has their own business, or at the very least people who work on their own, being their own boss. Okay, yeah, I was looking for the word. Very independent, initiative, and you know how to make your own niche. That was something that just came. So you know to find or even build your own niche, to find the people that will love you, that has the same value or likes with you, and attract them to you. That was powerful. I really love the energy of your pile there. And I think that's it for your reading. Thank you. I'll see you next time.